I record now my visits um, to India. The first time I went to India in July 1964 to meet my brother, my uncle, and my auntie. I was working at Midland Motors London, Northworks, and I traveled for 2 weeks during the 2 weeks holiday. In those days, there was no leave of absence granted by the companies. So I went. There were 2, 3 other people. They went. I stopped about 14, 15 days. I took my British passport on nationality was changed on 6th December 1963, and then I obtained my British passport in 1964. I traveled on British passport. Travel on British passport was without visa up to 1984, when the Indian government imposed visa, particularly in view of the Golden Temple attack, Blue Star action. So I went, I met my family, and stopped at Jandiala, visited my friend Manmohan Singh, and then Chacha came, accompanied me to see me off to the UK, and I didn't face any problem. But Chacha was telling me, because I'm a communist, the CID keep an eye on me, but no interference on me. The second time I went in 1970. I went with my wife Manjeet and Paul. At that time, the movement of Naxalbari was up in force, and also IWA took position here to support Naxalbari movement, and therefore we were seen as anti-Indian government. But there was no ban on travel. So I traveled to India. From here, the organization sent a Ronio duplicator for the movement there, which I took, and there was no custom check or any problem. When we landed, there was no problem. We stopped from February to April, and during that period did number of family things. Pitos Kadmai as well with Jouhl. And during that period, comrades in the Naxalbari movement, in about mid-April, they sent the message to ask me to leave as soon as possible because my arrest warrants are imminent. The reason was, according to them, that duplicator got hold of by the police, and the person who was keeping it, he was arrested. When he was interrogated or tortured, he gave my name and they asked me to leave as soon as possible. So we packed our bags and informed my mom, Chachi, that early morning tomorrow we are going. And our flights were booked on Syrian airline. Literally, I escaped. And after I left...
What was Mum's view of this? What was Mum's view of this when you told her that you're in imminent danger?
She didn't like it. Yeah. And we safely boarded the flight and left India. Soon after that, several places were raided and searched. My mom's and Chachi's house were searched. Comrade Ukkalveer's house was searched. Savarna's brother, Puran, his house was searched. I went to meet Inder in Chandigarh. His house was searched because they were keeping tab on me where I am going. Yeah. Or they found after I left where I went. Yeah. But they didn't find anything. My mother was telling me when the police came, they asked us, don't move, keep where you are, and they searched the whole house. They didn't find anything inside the house, any political literature or anything. I, Paul, and you, Mom, we arrived safely here. But we got the information from Chacha. This is what happened here. And it is good that you have escaped. It was good on part of the party comrades who had their links in the police as well, that it is imminent that he will be arrested. And after that, I became exiled.
So if they had got hold of you, what was in store for you?
Maybe I was killed, or maybe I was sent inside for indefinite period. And then any next visit.
What happened to the comrade that was interrogated with the duplicator?
He was inside.
How long for?
I don't know how long, but for a very long time. And After my arrival here, there was a person in Jindiala, my name, Avtar. Their shops and houses upstairs, opposite Mito's shop. He was running a transport, and CID from Chandigarh. They took him to, because he was Avtar, took him to Nurmal. Started, they thought he is me, but he was released after 5-6 hours because Nambardar from the village, he vouched that he is not me. There was a Dr. Ramesh in Nautica who came sometime in 70s. He started his practice with the government hospital in Jalandhar. He was married at Jandiala, and when he came here, he asked his father that he wanted to meet me. His father asked him, why do you want to meet him? And he said to his father, he was also IW member, that I was traveling from Jandiala to my job in Jalandhar. When I came off the bus, there was two CID people. They arrested him because he resembled me, and he was taken to the police station and took, he said, 6-7 hours to get him released. My namesake were stopped at Delhi airport when they were traveling to India, harassed. Literally it means India is no-go area for me, because my arrest warrants were still valid. In 96, Congress government failed. Indira Gandhi was assassinated. Opposition party government was formed. First by Dev Gowda and then by Inder Kumar Gujral. Number of other Naxalite comrades, their warrants were revoked, and which included me, my warrants were revoked. One incident here, there was a person named Avtar from Jandiala, whose house, behind our house, his father, he died of natural causes during 80s. He wanted his wife to go to India, applied for visa. Assistant Commissioner here refused the visa because she is my wife. So Avtar contacted me. I contacted Assistant Commissioner. I said, wrong identity. She is not my wife. My wife's name Manjeet Kaur. And then they gave her their visa. So after 27 years, my travel to India opened in 1997. Then there was no problem. I went in 97, 90, 2000, then several visits, start building our house jointly with wife, and the life went on. And last time I went 2018. Now I can't go.
So, when you went back first time in 97,
No, first time in 97.
yeah, were you still a bit apprehensive?
I was apprehensive. We traveled together, but I was informed. Harkishan Singh Sarjeet, he came to the 50th anniversary of Indian Independence Day. He spoke at the convention center in Birmingham. It was a big function. We knew each other from before I came here. And so I asked him, what are the chances of me returning to India? And he said, you can come, there is no problem. Even when Indira Gandhi government was defeated in 77, IW delegation met Morarji Desai government, and its foreign minister was Atal Bihari Vajpayee, who became prime minister in 99, and I, Joshi, Teja, we met him, and we met, but his name was, who was the actor's son, Joshi's, who lived in London. His father was an actor, Pran.
Yeah.
And Pran was very close to Atal Bihari Vajpayee. And then Teja, either Teja or Joshi raised the question of them visiting India. And he said, I can take you with me if you want to go. You won't face any problem. But I didn't took the risk at that time. However, Joshi and Teja, they did go in 1978. Yeah, they visited. And they didn't face any problem.
So why were you at particular risk? Because obviously they visited in 78.
Because I was issued with the arrest warrant.
Arrest warrants.
They were not issued with arrest warrants.